Hello everybody, it's me, TONIK TCW, and we're playing with the big guns today. This is a video that I took, or I clipped it from a live stream that we did last night, Friday night, and let me just check the date. It must have been, the 28th of October, because it's not often that I play top tier battleships, but here we go. I'm in the Alabama, and there's a lot of big ships out there, and there's also a lot of very nasty fire starters. And, well, let's just say there's going to be a rolling barbecue on my deck for a lot of this game. But in the end, those that have been doing their nasty HE spam to me will get their just desserts in the most delicious of ways. So straight off, I decide that I'm going to move across to the right side of the cap, get my guns through, and hopefully that destroyer will push in and get something spotted for us. And I know there's a couple of Japanese cruisers out there, which means that they've got pretty long-range torps, and thinking ahead, the last thing I want to do straight away is go charging into the cap with the potential for a destroyer and long-range torpedoes from a cruiser. We get the Bismarck spotted. Now, this Bismarck decides that he is going to charge the cap. He is going to come YOLOing in as soon as our destroyer touches the cap, because he's obviously running a secondary build and is going to charge this guy down and bang a sonar on and try to flush him out of the cap. We've pushed into C cap, we've pushed into B cap as well. Red team seem to be hanging back a little bit, and some of our ships have decided to hang back a little bit as well. But our DD is on cap, and then I see we've got a Wichita, we've got a Suzuya, and we've got the Bismarck, and the question is, have we got a destroyer as well? We try to get shots on to the Suzuya. Don't really do a lot. The cruiser with me sets up his smoke screen. Doesn't really help me much because I've got a smoke fire penalty because I've just fired my guns. So now I'm being focused by the Wichita, the Suzuya and the Bismarck secondaries, and I'm beginning to think that I've made a huge mistake here, because I've already lost about 25% of my hit points. And here come a crap ton of torpedoes, and looking at those I'm thinking that's the Suzuya, so we might not have a destroyer out here, but I'm going to do my best to try and squeeze through a gap here, wait for this reload, and then see what I can do about either that Suzuya or the Bismarck. And I'm having to let these fires burn a little bit, because obviously burn damage can be healed, but you know, torpedo damage can't be, but flooding damage can. And I looked back at this video a few times and I thought, this shot here, when I fired against him, I'm going underneath his turrets, and I'm thinking that's not a good shot. I probably would have done a lot better going through his superstructure. Our cruiser's pushed in, he's got torps on the Bismarck. He gets some good hits on him, so I'm going to let my secondaries go as I try to power past the Bismarck, and I'm going to try and get on this Suzuki again, all the while knowing that the Wichita is out there. And something I remembered after the fact was that's not a Wichita CE. So somebody has actually gone out and bought the Wichita, and perhaps that gave me a bit of a break, because it's not as effective as the original Wichita CE is now. But I'm looking and I'm thinking I'm in a very, very bad position here. I need to push in, I need to get in close, hug this rock, let the fire burn down, heal up. I need a whole load of things to do. But if you'll notice, the blue team has a destroyer missing, and believe it or not, but that destroyer caught a torpedo from the Suzuya. So myself and the cruiser, much bigger ships than he is, we avoided them, but the DD caught one. And I know what this Suzuya's game is, because he's turned around, he's coming back to put his torpedoes off from the other side. So I've slammed the brakes on, and lo and behold, there we go. Those torpedoes are going to go straight past me. And even though it says my shot is clear, I catch that rock in front of me so we don't get a full salvo on. I've got another fire burning on me. I asked this guy for a little bit of health and he says set a smoke screen, and I'm thinking he is going to come in and set a smoke screen on me. So I'm like, fine, I'll back out around the corner, try and drop some detection, or try and get a couple more shots onto the Suzuya or the Wichita. But backing up, 11 seconds for the fire to burn, we get another shot onto that Suzuya. We've got about 30 seconds before we can heal again, so we just want to hold tight, drop detection, put that fire out, wait for this heal to come available, take the cap, and then use whatever hit points we have got left to see what we can do. And the Tennessee, which is in the centre, is getting absolutely hammered off our Helena. He's burning down. I'm not even going to take a shot on him and reveal my location. But I very much imagine that this Suzuya is going to come back and have another go. Though here he goes. So one of the things, again, that I realised watching this game back is because I don't play a lot of battleships, the time of flight of the shells is obviously much longer and they are much slower. So I tend to land my shots, to the rear, to the sort of back half or short of the ship. So if I played a bit more often, I might get a little bit better with my accuracy and my damage. But we've got a cap. We've got a cap for us. Torpedoes coming from the front. That's the destroyer. That's across on B cap. But we sail through the middle of those, and I'm thinking, oh great, now we've got a DD, there he is, please cruiser, pick that guy up, kill him. We know that the Suzuya is got a very good, well, between the Suzuya and the Wichita, they've both got very good fire setting chances. And I'm certain the Suzuya thinks I'm going to come out that way, to the left. But all he's done is zigzag backwards and forwards along the bottom end of this cap, firing his torpedoes, setting fires, getting into cover, turning round, turning his turrets. So what I decide I'm going to do is I'm going to push in, make him think I'm coming through, but then I'm going to slam on the brakes and get my turrets round, and I am going to angle out. So literally I'm waiting for this guy appearing on the corner. But the cruiser sets a smoke screen right on top of me, and I don't have sight of him until it's too late, and I fluff that shot, and now I'm going to have to outrun the torpedoes. But what I'm going to do is use that cruiser's wreck to try and soak some of those torpedoes whilst turning out of them. I don't realise there is actually a third cruiser here. But Mr. Suzuya here is going to get his just desserts before too long, because he has been annoying as hell. He couldn't see me until I fired that rear turret, and there he goes. So now we've got the Wichita, I've got this destroyer out in front of me again, and literally the majority of the time I'm playing this cap, I'm expecting a torpedo or fire or a volley out of nowhere that's just going to end my game for me. I'm spotted, I've got no support anymore, there's nobody here to help me on this side of the cap. Everybody else has been across on C, they're now pushing in for B. I'm panicking. I see the Richelieu out there, Wichita spams me, but then I see the Helena. He's been having some fun with his HE, so what we got to do is get rid of him. And Mr. Wichita there, who has had so much fun sailing round in circles and setting fires and burning me down, I know that the Richelieu's out there, but I'm confident that the team can take care of him. I know there's a destroyer near me, so literally what I want to do is get away from the destroyer, try and pick off that Richelieu, stay bow into the Wichita, and hope to hell that I can somehow survive this, because it has been an absolute nightmare. I've probably lost 120% of my hit points already, but managed to recover them back with my heals. But a couple of fires more. What am I on? 20,000. I'm on 1/3 health. I put a salvo across at that Richelieu because he's broadside. RNG completely shafts me on this one and drops the shells past him and in front of him. Waste of a salvo. But we had to take the shot because it could have been a good one. We see where the destroyer is. Cruisers on B cap have got him spotted, and literally I'm going away, because if I'm going away from him, I'm going to detect his torpedoes sooner and I'm going to have more time to be able to react to those. This Wichita is kiting away. He's at a disadvantage now because he's only got one turret on me and he's running out of space. He is literally running out of space. He is going to hit the white line and he's got no option but to come back against me. He can still beat me. All it's going to take is a few fires and perhaps some torpedoes coming from the rear to force me into a turn, and he can AP my broadside and do a lot of damage there. But we're gonna play and make him think that he has got us, and we're gonna try and force an error here. He's twisting and turning. He's got that front turret on us now, so we've got 2 turrets at us now instead of 1 as he was going away. We're going to bang that shot because he's in his turn. He's not going to be able to turn back into it. We pick up a high caliber. We've got 20 seconds for a reload. I'm looking at the double burn. I'm thinking I can afford to let this burn for a few more seconds before I put it down. He switched to AP. 12 seconds. My damage control is running, so he can't put me on fire again. He's going to want to go for this kill. Bang. Bang bang. Goodbye, Wichita. I've gone from 20,000 to 3,500. I've survived that engagement. There is still a destroyer there somewhere, and I'm just head on a swivel thinking torpedoes are going to come from every direction. I know he's gone into the cap, but there he is. He appears north of the cap, and I swing my guns round. Now I haven't loaded high explosive, which is a shame, because I pull a drop shot off. It's, what's that, 15 Ks? Not expecting to really hit anything, but plop, we get another 1,300. It's not a lot. Perhaps if it had been HE, we could have gotten a fire on him and ticked him down. But our team are pretty well spread out now. We've got 1 on the left and right capture points. We have the capture point in the middle. And to prevent you having to sit and watch me go through the next 2 minutes of sailing round in circles, I'm going to fast forward to the end of this game. So there we have it. We have successfully avoided getting taken out by a destroyer. We've finished with a high caliber. There are barely a few seconds left on the clock here as it ticks down to give us the win. I pick up a fireproof and a dreadnought, which I think were very hard fought medals, and 131,000 damage with 3 kills. We did get a cap assist. We're grateful to the cruiser for the support he gave us. We finished top of the board with 2,940 base XP, which again isn't too shabby considering I rarely play battleships. But thanks for watching. Please do like and subscribe, and if you're going to hang around long enough for this to appear, have a look at some of my other videos on these links. Until next time, take care and goodbye.